Take the example of Ar-Rumaisa with Abu Thalha. When Rumaisa married Abu Thalha was a disbeliever. So Rumaisa basically told Abu Thalha that I would marry you as long as you accept Islam. So Abu Thalha accepted Islam, and that was her marriage gift, which was Abu Thalha's Islam. So they had a happy relationship. This was, of course, after Malik had died, which was the first husband, had passed away after drinking, etc. Many years later, she migrated to Medina and then got married to Abu Thalha, right? So her second husband, Abu Thalha, was a righteous man. And with Ar-Rumaisa, he had one child, one son, one and only son, who Abu Thalha used to love so much. He used to play with this child, he used to love this child, and as like any father. And Abu Thalha used to work in the crops and cultivation. So go out in the morning and come back at night after working for a hard day in cultivating wheat and barley and all those sort of things in Medina. So Abu Thalha one day went away to work, and Rumaisa was looking after the child, and lo and behold, the child put something in his mouth, started choking, and unfortunately the child passed away. The child passed away at a tender age of 1 or 2 years old. The child passed away. So Rumaisa, the mother, was heartbroken. Imagine your child passing away. What would you do? Cry, despair, be in agony, your heart would be tearing inside you. You don't know what to say, your limbs would fail you, your legs would give away, your head would be aching, your heart would be pounding, your mind would think ridiculous things, right? We can imagine all of these things, right? If our child were to pass away, don't you think so? But what did Rumaisa do? Well, she said, it's going to be, she obviously shed tears and she was sad and very, very sad. But then she calmed herself down. This is an authentic narration in Bukhari. She calmed herself down and said, it is time for Maghrib and Abu Thalha will be back. And she didn't want Abu Thalha to come back to a house of sadness. She wanted Abu Thalha to come back to a house of happiness. So what did she do? She put the child back into the cot, into the bed, covered the blanket up with the child's head outside, of course, still dead by the way. Child's dead, but patting the child as if putting the child to sleep. And in walks in Abu Thalha. So Abu Thalha says, oh, is he asleep? Yes, shh, 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 don't make noise. So she pats the child and pretends the child is asleep. So Abu Thalha says, okay, I won't wake up the child now. Amazing. And this authentic narration, then she went and she cooked food and she put it in front of Abu Thalha. And they ate, and she was happy with him. And after they ate, they went to sleep. And Abu Thalha wanted to sleep with her. And guess what? She actually slept with him on that night. In the morning, when they woke up for Fajr time, Adhan was given. Abu Thalha woke up. First thing he did was go to his son. He wants to wake his son up, play with this little apple of his eye. And he goes there and he finds the child cold. Subhanallah, the child is dead. Then he turns around and he looks at Rumaisa. Did you know this? Rumaisa said what? Said yes. But I didn't want to trouble you because I knew you'd have a hard day and I didn't want you to come back to a house of sadness. What? SubhanAllah. You think about this, it's insane. It's insane. It's not insanity. This actually, by Allah, is actually how the most sane people were. That they loved each other so much so, they were so exemplary in their mannerism to each other that they didn't want to even disturb the husband and his feelings. Because yes, eventually the husband will find out that the child has died. But why trouble him now when the poor man's had a very difficult day at work? Why trouble him now? Let him eat. Let him have some food. Let him have a little bit of sleep. And then thereafter he would be sad. Time will come for his sadness. He will find out. She wasn't going to hide it. But look how exemplary this woman was. I used to have a teacher by the name of Abu Yusuf. He was a student of Sheikh Al-Bani rahimahullah who had come to Melbourne, Australia to teach us. Many years ago. He used to give classes. And whenever he gave classes, he was from Jordan, he would say, oh, how I miss my wife Safiya. He would speak about his wife, praising his wife like there was no other women in the audience at all. He would say, oh, how I miss my wife Safiya. And he would tell us, wallahi, he would tell us that every single time he would walk into the house, his wife Safiya would run to him, would hug him, would kiss him, take his coat off him, take his bags off him, take his shoes off his feet, wash his feet, put the food on the table, and then take the food in her hand and then feed it. Feed it to him. And he says, oh, I miss my wife Safiya. Subhanallah. May Allah forgive our brother, our Sheikh Abu Yusuf. He passed away on a trip between Melbourne and Sydney in a car accident, subhanallah. Passed away. And he never got to see his wife Safiya. But I hope Allah Azza wa Jal joins them up again in Jannah. Subhanallah. Truly, it's exemplary women like this that control a man's heart. When a woman is so exemplary, when a woman is a princess, she will build a prince. If she can't marry one, she will build a prince in her home. And truly, my brothers and sisters, truly, if she doesn't build a prince in her husband, then she will build a prince in her children. Because such are the exemplary women by Allah. Such are the exemplary women of Islam.